In summary, I would like uh, to summary my present by showing your three benefits and outcome I got from the course Teaching English How to Teach Pronunciation. Firstly, I understand the role of pronunciation integrating in listening and speaking and other every lesson. Secondly, I understand and practicing elements of pronunciation such as sound, intonation, and stress and rhythm. And the third one, I applying the every idea and the activity I got from the course into my class and getting student engaged. That is the end of my present today. So if you have any question, I feel free to answer. Thank you very much for listening.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Ding. And now it's time for you to raise question from Miss Ding. I believe that Miss Ding have changed a lot in her teaching practice. And it's so great that you applied it in your classroom and share it with everyone. I believe that our teachers here who joined our showcase today also learned from Miss Ding and also inspired by her. And if you have any question in applying this tip in your classroom, you can raise your hand and unmute yourself to ask questions to our presenter, Miss Ding, today. So I think that everyone really want to ask Miss Ding anything when applying some technique in her classroom. What happened if the student experience the poem, for example, or reading some chants, how to make it more interactive? You can ask them this question to apply in your own practice. I believe that a lot of beautiful idea from Miss Ding that she took from the course, the teaching how to teach the pronunciation, and that she learned from the British Council. So I hope that you also can have some inspiration from that. Yeah, from Zoom Pro, he or she asked that, do you instruct students how to self-correct the pronunciation outside the classroom? Thank you for your question.
Thank you for the question from Mr. Junkro. Yes, in the classroom we have I already introduced you the apps are right. It can install in your. You see, let me back to the slide showing the apps are right. It can install in your in the mobile phone, and you can use it to guide a student to practice in outside the classroom.
Nice.
Secondly, you can provide them with some authentic material like the conversation or dialogue in the YouTube or TED Talk for them to listening at home, for them to find out how the tendency can speak, and they can find out how the intonation is stressed in the tendency. For the question from Miss Bình or Mr. Bình, I would like to ask about high school student. How can I maintain the mood of the class? Yeah, I understand that higher school student, um, they 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 are not how to say, they are not keen on the so many activity need to moving or need to have energies in the class, but you can use some idea um, for using the lines in the teaching in intonation, or you can in idiom in the role play or in the conversation, and you can how to say, you can fix the pronunciation in the listening and speaking lesson.
Yeah, but I also believe that for high school student, we also can use some chants not song or some song that related that's suitable for that age and also the chance, it still can help them, right?
Yeah, thank you, Miss Bing. Yeah.
And Miss Thủy Tiên also shared that she also used this app of BC, that app Sound Right, in her classes, and it's so useful. And it allows students to practice at home by practicing sound. Yes, thank you, Miss Thủy Tiên, for sharing. So, anyone who have the question for Miss Ding? I believe that is so clear for you. But if you have more question, we can you can. Oh, Miss Quỳnh also have some question. And oh, sorry, Miss Dương Ngọc Hoài Nhân, can you recommend some activities to teach pronunciation for adults in online classes? It's a big question, right? Miss Ding, can you, yeah. But can you please share a little bit?
Yeah, okay. Actually, Adult is not my major student. I'm in my how to say my main major is teaching kids and teens, but I can share my some thought about teaching adults in online classes. As I know well, we have another way to teach adult student using IPA or color vowel chart. If you have not yet heard about color vowel chart, yeah, thank you, Miss Jane. She already write the keyword color vowel chart. You can search in the internet about how we involve color vowel chart to teaching adult pronunciation for adult in online class is very effective and is very engaged for adult student.
Also, another question is the lesson is mainly about the skills, about the knowledge of enough vocabulary. We use mother language to explain too much in class. Is it a question? Or
I think
yeah, the explanation, right?
Share the thought.
Yeah. So I hope that you have found useful technique and also activity in teaching and apply it in your classroom in the future. Thank you, Miss Ding, for inspiring a lot of teachers today. And if you have more questions, you can type in the chat box. If we had more time, you can connect with Miss Ding via Zalo, or we can answer later. And now I believe that Mr. Luan are ready for his presentation. Please welcome him with a big heart. Give it to you.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share my slides. Okay, could you see my slides, everyone? Yes, and could you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let's start. Okay, let me introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Lung, and it's my pleasure to see many dedicated representatives from British Council, VietTESOL, and our teaching community. So today, I'm going to talk about a project inspired by an online course from British Council, and my mentor is Miss Halle. All right. So, I participated in many courses and webinars from British Council, 9 courses, and more than 30 webinars. But one of the courses that impresses me the most is teaching English to refugees and displaced learners. So now let's have a look at the course, Teaching English to Refugees and Displaced Learners. Can you guess what I will do, teachers? Could you guess what I will do? teaching English to refugees and displaced learners, you can send your message to the chat box. Teaching English to refugees and displaced learners. Can you guess what I will do? Honestly, I don't teach English to refugees and displaced learners. I teach English to... Did you teach online? Maybe teacher? Okay. Yes, passionate students. Thank you. Okay. So, but let me see. Yeah, I teach English to disadvantaged learners. So, refugees and displaced learners, disadvantaged learners, what do they have in common? Or what is the main similarity between the two groups of learners? How can I apply the knowledge learned from the course teaching English to refugees and displaced learners to teach disadvantaged learners? The similarity between the two groups of learners. Can you guess? The similarity, the main similarity between the two groups of learners. Let me see the chat box. Yeah, they have a lot of difficulties. Okay, interesting share. Yeah, they are vulnerable. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Okay. Yes, teacher, they are vulnerable or they have trauma. Okay, trauma refers to events or experiences that are physically or psychologically damaging. Okay. When students have trauma, they have to face many negative effects like chronic pain, illness, fear of failure, conflict, addiction. So I want to initiate a community project to deal with the problem. So my project name is Empathy in Education, Teaching English with Love. All right.
Nice.
Okay, now let's have a look at the screen. There are some hints on the screen. Trainer, more than 80 teaching volunteers, disadvantaged learners. Could you guess what I will do? Could you guess what I will do? A trainer, 80 teaching volunteers, disadvantaged learners. Okay, have drawn. Yeah, train the volunteer teachers to teach. Yes, teacher, thank you, teacher. Okay. Yeah, I intend to train the teaching volunteers to teach the disadvantaged learners. That's phase number 2 of my project. So, can you guess phase number 1? What's that? Before training teaching volunteers, what should I do? Before training teaching volunteers, what should I do? Recruit them. Yes, teacher. Anything else? Okay. Prepare the content of the training course. Yes, teacher. Thank you. You pray, you pray. Okay. Learn about difficulties of learners. Yes, teacher. Anything else? Yeah, after I learned the course from British Council, what should I do? I learned the content of the course from British Council. Okay, let me make a plan. All right, let me show you the answer. Okay, I will teach English to disadvantaged learners. After learning the course, I have to put the learned knowledge into practice. put the learned knowledge into practice. And after phase number 2, I will share with teachers of other subjects. Okay, now let's move on to the description of the community project. Okay, there are 3 phases in total. The first phase is to teach English to disadvantaged learners from February to June 2025. The main focus of my project is not on how to teach English, but on how to teach English in trauma-free environments. Trauma-free environments. Okay, so I will organize interactive activities like role-playing, group discussion to recognize unconscious defense mechanisms. And after recognizing unconscious defense mechanisms, I will apply trauma-informed classroom strategies to deal with their behavior. Okay. These are the main content of the course, Teaching English to Refugees and Displaced Learners. Okay, teacher, I have a question, teachers. All right. How do disadvantaged learners react when faced with feelings of guilt or anxiety? How do they react? How do they react when they have trauma? How do they react to the situations?
I think sometimes they keep silent or some
Yeah, keep
person-
silent. Maybe be passive. All right. Thank you, teacher. They cry to avoid. Thank you, teacher. Yeah, cry. Anything else, teacher? They isolated themselves. Yeah. Thank you, teacher. They don't want to share. Yeah. Thank you, teacher. Anything else? They will be demotivated. Yes. Thank you, teacher. Sometimes, yeah, disrespectful manners. Yeah, bored, can't learn. Thank you, teacher. Okay. Okay, now I will show you the different types of unconscious defense mechanisms. When you recognize them, you can deal with their challenging behavior. Okay, so, all right. Okay, teacher, there are many unconscious defense mechanisms, but today I will introduce to you some of them, like denial, displacement, and projection. Okay, now let's look at the picture. Here, the girl. Okay, I will give you a situation. When you fail an exam, how do you react to the situation? When you fail an exam, how do you react to the situation? You fail an exam? How do you react? The chat box, let me see. When you fail an exam, how do you react? Cry? Oh, so sad. Okay. I plan to study and retake the exam. Okay. Thank you, teacher. Be motivated, keep trying. Thank you, teacher. Keep trying. Yeah. You are normal students or good students, but they are disadvantaged students. Can you guess how they react to the situation? Disadvantaged students. They will react to the situation in a different way. Bored, sadness. Yeah, thank you, teacher. Yeah. Thank you, teacher. Any other ideas? Anything else? Okay. At first, I consider myself a bad learner. Yes, teacher. But some of the disadvantaged learners. So, let me show this. Okay, they refuse to admit the reality. They failed the exam, but they think that the exam is so difficult. They can pass the task with flying colors, but the exam is unfair. The teacher is so strict, so I failed an exam. It's not my fault. It's my teacher's fault. Okay, they refuse to admit the reality. Okay, now the second unconscious defense mechanism. Okay, everyone, I will give you a situation. When you are scolded by your parents. So what will you do when you are scolded by your parents? What would you do? When you are scolded by your students, but by your parents, but you can do something harmful to them. What should you do? You are scolded by your parents, but you can't do something harmful to them. You will do something harmful to I think we need to understand first and do with love. Yeah, thank you, teacher. The displacement, unconscious defense mechanisms. Yeah, harm to myself. Okay. And harm to myself and harm to others. Thank you, teacher. Yeah. Thank you, teacher. Okay. Yeah, the displacement. You shift emotional response from the original source of stress to a safer target. Like when you are scolded by your parents, but you can't do something harmful to your parents, you will do something harmful to your friends, your classmates, your teachers, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Next. All right. Okay, it's quite. Okay, the projection. You ascribe one's own unacceptable feelings to others. For example, when you don't like someone, you will think that he or she doesn't like you too. When you don't like someone, you will think he or she doesn't like you too. You ascribe one's own acceptable feelings to others. You ascribe your own unacceptable feelings to others. Okay. Okay, everyone. When you want to have a deeper understanding of trauma, you can register for the course Teaching English to Refugees and Displaced Learners. It's really, really, really meaningful. I'm sure. Okay. After recognizing the unconscious defense mechanisms, I will apply trauma-informed classroom strategies. So, I have a question. How can you create a trauma-free classroom? How can you create a trauma-free classroom? You recognize the unconscious defense mechanisms. After that, you will apply trauma-informed classroom strategies. How? How can you create a trauma-free classroom? A respectful classroom? Yeah, make them feel safe. Thank you, teacher. Oh, 15 minutes left. Okay, thank you, teacher. Make them feel you are a reliable teacher. Listen to their stories and empathize. Thank you, teacher. Yeah, a supportive environment. Thank you, teacher. Anything else? You need to be trauma free. Oh yeah, thank you, teacher. Trauma free? Okay. Interesting. Thank you, teacher. Okay. Okay, I will show you several strategies, teachers. Okay. Oops. All right, here. Okay, the first one, be careful when mentioning something related to students' trauma. For example, when you teach the blind or visually impaired students, they can't see anything. They can't see anything. They can't use their eyes to see something. But you say, look at this, look at that. Can you see that? Can you see this? They can't see anything. But you ask them to see something. How can they look at this? How can they look at that? Okay, be careful when mentioning something related to students' trauma. Okay, the second one is to build strong, trusting relationships. Okay, I will give you a strategy. Ask, listen, empathize, and share. Ask, listen, empathize, and share. You ask them some questions to know more about your students, and then you listen to their stories. You pay attention to what students are saying, and then you empathize. You express your understanding, your empathy, your sympathy. And the last one is to share your stories with your students. When you empathize with their stories, you will share your stories. Okay? It will help you create strong, trusting relationships. All right. And the third one is to establish clear, consistent routines, easy to understand. Yeah, the fourth one is to use the escalation techniques. You calmly approach students showing signs of frustration. When you see students showing signs of frustration, you will calmly approach them. You ask them some questions. You listen to their stories, and you can help them deal with their problems. And the fifth one, incorporate mindfulness and emotional regulation practices. For example, you can start the lesson with a short mindfulness exercise like deep breathing. Okay, the last one is to promote a sense of agency and choice. For example, you allow your students to choose the topics or the formats for the presentations. Okay, allow them to choose the topics or formats for the presentations. All right. Okay, now let's move on to phase number 2. Train teaching volunteers from August to October 2025. So before I conduct the workshops or training sessions, I will conduct the needs analysis. I will collect the data from the teaching volunteers, the students, to know more about them. When I identify their needs, their suggestions, their preferences, I can conduct the workshops or training sessions to satisfy their needs. Okay. After that, I will conduct the demo teaching sessions. The teaching volunteers will have the golden opportunity to conduct demo lessons and receive feedback from each other, reflect on teaching practices to identify areas for improvement. All right. Okay, the last phase is to share with teachers of other subjects. I'm sure teachers, you can apply the knowledge learned from the course Teaching English to Refugees and Displaced Learners, specifically the trauma and trauma-free classroom strategies to teach other subjects like maths, literature, history, geography, biology. you can apply the knowledge into many situations. Okay, I will share my experience on social networking sites, then discuss trauma-free classrooms with teachers of other subjects at workshops or conferences. Okay, now the last one, maybe the basic information or maybe the general information about my community project. So teacher, which course do you remember? Okay. Thank you, VietTESOL Association. Teacher, do you remember the course mentioned earlier? Which course? I applied the knowledge from which course? Yeah, teaching English for refugees and displaced learners. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher. Okay, the teaching context. Can you guess what the teaching contexts are? Okay, type in the chat box, teacher. Thank you so much. Let me see the chat box. Yeah, disadvantaged students. Thank you, teacher. Building understanding through dialogue. Okay, thank you, teacher. Okay, thank you, teacher. Oops. Okay, about the target audiences. The target audiences. Disadvantaged students, vulnerable students. Yes, thank you, teacher. Anything else? Volunteers, thank you, teacher. Teacher volunteers, thank you, teacher. Okay. Okay, students, teaching volunteers, teachers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, the overall objectives. Okay, can you guess? Could you guess? The overall objectives of my community project. Let me see. Drama-free class. Thank you, teacher. The overall objectives. Yeah, access to disadvantaged students and help them to learn in drama-free class. Thank you, teacher. Anything else? Oh, train the teaching volunteers. Thank you, teacher. Train the teaching volunteer. Thank you, teacher. Anything else? Motivate teachers to help vulnerable students. Thank you, teacher. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me show the answers. All right. Okay, Oops. Okay. I want to improve English communication skills among disadvantaged children in a trauma-free environment, equip teaching volunteers with effective trauma-informed strategies, promote awareness of trauma-informed practices among teachers of various subjects. Okay. That's the end of my presentation. Now I would like to express my special thanks to British Council and VietTESOL for their collaboration. And I would like to thank my mentor, the organizing committee, my family, my friends for supporting me. And thanks to the cooperation between British Council and VietTESOL Association, I learned that we don't learn for ourselves. We learn for everyone. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Luan, for your
Okay.
presentation. And it's really
Thank you.
brave, and I think that you need a lot of courage and love to carry this project. And I think that anyone here, if you are inspired from Mr. Luan and want to be the volunteer to teach in the project, you can also connect to Mr. Luan. I think that maybe someday in the future, I want to be volunteer to teach for the disadvantaged learner. I am inspired from you, and it touched my heart. I have to say that. And I think that you also have a lot of questions for Mr. Luan. You can also share your wonder and your question to him.
Thank you so much, teachers.
And I have a question for you that I want to I want to
Yes,
ask
yes,
right
teacher.
away. That I know that this is we learn from the knowledge from the Business Council, the knowledge from the refugee and displaced learner, and this is the knowledge, and it's really hard for us to apply it in your real life, especially for this advantaged student. How can you how can you regulate your emotion? How can you improve yourself to prepare yourself for this project? Can you share a little bit your practice nowadays? What are you doing to prepare yourself and to train yourself to be better to teach students? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, teacher. So, the first thing I need to mention is that you need to think that everything is okay, no problems at all. So when you face with the situations, you think, oh, everything is okay, everything is normal. So just do something like this, teacher, because when you teach the disadvantaged students, I have to mention the inclusive education. When I train the teaching volunteers to teach maybe the students with disabilities, you have to identify their main need. You know, their main need is they want other people to consider them as normal people or normal students. Your normal students and students with disabilities are the same. They have the rights to live, the rights to study. So don't criticize them or do something harmful to them. So you think everything is normal. Students with disabilities are normal. Students with disabilities and normal students are the same. So everything is okay, teacher.
Yeah, a positive mindset, right? And I
Thank
think,
you for your question.
yeah, I think that Miss Ngale
Can
also
I?
have the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
also would like to have a question.
Yes, Dr. Hồng Vân, please.
Okay, yes, thank you. If nobody else is asking, may I ask the question to Mr. Wu Lung, right? Yes, I feel very much inspired by your presentations, and I'm so interested in empathy in teachings too. So I have a question that as human beings, we teachers are sometimes vulnerable, and I guess you are too.
Yes.
So as I also mentioned in my message previously, so in order to provide students with a trauma-free learning opportunities, then we teachers need to be trauma-free ourselves. So how do you keep yourself to be trauma-free when you teach these vulnerable learners, especially when you are sometimes vulnerable too?
Maybe teacher, maybe when you do like I said earlier, when you face with difficult situations, you just think everything is okay. That is my mindset when deal with my students' challenging behavior. Everything is okay. Everything is normal. Don't worry. Okay.
Yes, you're always like that. So I think that
Yes.
most of the times I train myself to be like that. And some of the times it's hard, it's more challenging than I need support, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
I believe that for some teacher it's really hard, but maybe for Mr. Trần Vũ Luân, it's like normal as his breath. It's just like that. Don't need to be trained.
Really admire.
Yeah, I can see his positive mindset every time. Yeah. And
Okay.
Miss Ngale also has a question, is that what's your plan to sharing your experience and knowledge with more teachers?
What is your plan to your experience, knowledge with more teachers? Okay. Thank you for your question, teacher. So, like I mentioned earlier, I will share my experience on materials on social networking sites, or I will submit my papers and present my papers at workshops or conferences. Okay, is it okay, teacher? Share experiences at workshops or conferences, like British Council workshops or VietTESOL conferences. Any question? I guess we need to be a community. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, Dr. Lady Hong Vong. Thank you so much.
And another question is, how do you plan to keep your special students motivated and connected sustainably in your classes?
How do you plan to keep special students motivated and connected in classes? You want to motivate them? Maybe students sometimes feel demotivated, right? So, maybe some teaching volunteers report the problem to me that some students are demotivated, and I tell them that you need to understand the maybe the intrinsic motivation is something related to the rewards and punishment. Rewards and punishment, intrinsic motivation. When you are lazy, when your students are lazy or demotivated, you can motivate them by using intrinsic motivation techniques, like you can give them some presents, or when they do something wrong, you will punish them. Remember, when you give them presents, you need to make sure that they like the presents. When you give them the punishment, they will get scared of the punishment. For example, when you give them something that they don't like, it's not meaningful. For example, when you are thirsty, other people give you food. Is it meaningful? But when other people give you water, it's really, really, really meaningful. The intrinsic motivation, rewards and punishment. Okay, teacher. That's my suggestion for my teaching volunteers.
Yeah, I think that Ms. Lydia also shared an idea that in her context, she provided personalized feedback and creating the supportive learning environment that value their progress and interest. It is really important and meaningful. I think it will help to improve the learner's intrinsic motivation. And I myself, as a learner, I also love to receive the personalized feedback and live in the supportive learning environment. Thank you, Ms. Letiha, for your comments. And I think that we need to move to the last. Thank you, Mr. Lun, for your presentation. It's wonderful, and I hope that I can contact you and someday to be the volunteer in your project, because I believe that we need to be together. We need to be in a group to support each other and to do some meaningful in this life. And I think you inspired me a lot from your project. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Trần
Miss
Vũ Luân.
Linh.
And now we will go to the last but not least presentation from teacher Vũ Lưu. And I hope that he's ready now.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, I don't have an introduction slide. Okay. Hi everyone. So congratulations there to presenter Ms. Ding and Mr. Vũ Luân for your excellent presentation. And thank you everyone for being here with us today. So thank you for Sunday morning. 1 second, let me share my screen. Give me the thumb, please. Okay, yeah, I can see your smile. So thank you to the host, British Councils and VietTESOL.
Oh, something wrong with your sound?
Yeah, maybe the connection.
Unfortunately, yeah. We are looking forward to our
So you
last
can
but not
share
least.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, you lost your sound a minute ago, Mr. Liu, but it's okay.
Okay, all right. So, again, thanks to the host of British Councils and VietTESOL for having such a very valuable platform with many free courses for educators like me and other teachers. I really appreciate the Spark Your Idea teams for having the contest, so I can share my insights with you today. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my mentors, Dr. Van Le, for her invaluable guidance and support. My name is Vũ Liu. I'm currently the country manager of English Central Vietnam, and drawing knowledge from the course that I've learned from the platform. I would love to share with you the ideas of the project's vlogging for language learning. So today, let's explore how this approach can enhance our teaching practice and how it can have our students engage in learning the language. Okay. I promise I will keep it short, those we will go through 10 things here in the agendas. Well, from the course I've taken, I got the building understanding through dialogue. I got managing learners and resources and how to teach pronunciations. I was inspired by these courses and the materials I got from the platforms to come up with the ideas of the project vlogging for language learning. And I was proudly to be the facilitators of the building understanding through dialogue, the main course that I got the materials from. So in order to establish a solid foundation for the projects and ensure we are aligned, let's begin by reviewing the project overview. The main purpose of this project is to help my students enhance the language and digital skills through vlog. I would target to intermediate and intermediate English learners, and I want them to focus on the writing and speaking skills, yet the critical thinking as well. The expected outcome from the project is the engaging, creative, and practical language learning experience. And these projects can be applied in different contexts, different settings for the language learning that I'm in charge of. It could be for language schools, and this could be for corporate training as well. So I have questions for you, a very quick questions. Why vlogging? But I don't need your answer just now. So let's keep it in your mind. Why vlogging? Okay. And the second questions I would share is what kind of vlogs? Do you have any idea what kind of vlog? What do you know about vlog and vlogging? What kind of vlog would you think of? Podcast? Daily vlog? Yeah. Short vlogs? Yeah. Travel vlog? Right. You guys know lots of different types of teaching vlog? Yeah, sure. We can food vlog, of course. We can categorize vlogs by the purpose of it, by the formats of it. And there's different way to categorize them. And here I would like to share the ideas that we can do interviews vlog. We can have role-playing scenarios vlogs. We can have peer discussion vlog, and we can have actually the Q&A session vlog. If we want to, involve more interactions between students, language challenges could be the kind of vlogs that you want to get into. And narrative dialogues, that's you will be the storytellers. You tell us the whole story in your solo vlog. All right. The objective of the projects, let's be more specific with the 3 stars here. All right. The very first one is I want my students to improve their language skills, especially the vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and the fluency. Through the practical applications, they will be able to improve their English skills. And the second star here is the digital literacy. I want my students to be able to improve their digital skills by editing the video, by producing the new products, new digital products. It will help them. It will show their creativities, and it will prove their proficiencies at technical stuff. And the last stars for the projects is to help my student to build their confidence. They will be able to like more confidently speak in public, and they will be able to express themselves like through the ideas without being worried about without the worries of being judged by others. They have their thoughts, they have their opinions, they can share it freely and confidently. So that is the project, that are the objective of the projects. So the procedures of the projects, there's gonna be 8 steps, and the step is created for the students to be guided. This can be you guys can take it as reference, and you can adjust it a little bit, depends on the your context. The very first thing I will let my student do is to select the topics and the materials. For the second step is to read it and summarize what they got from the materials. And then they will write the script for the vlog. And after having the outlines of the script, they will have to write it in details. And of course, when you have everything already, you will practice it. It can be individually, it can be pair practice, it can be group practice. And you, as the teachers, will have opportunities to provide feedback to your student during the procedures, right? And the 6 steps will be the recording steps, and then they will be use the software to edit the videos, and the show time will be the times for their presentations, and you as teachers and the others students will give the feedback. So let's go into the details of every step. The names of the step is actually what the students need to do. It's obvious, but I will share with you what we as teachers can do to support our students. And I will provide the full project documents later today, so you can refer to it for more details, informations about the anticipated problems, the suggested solutions, the estimated times, the resources, etc. But due to the limit of times for our sharing today, so let's focus on what our student need to do and what we can do, right? So we can provide a list of suitable topics and we can guide our students for the brainstorming process. What could it be, the suitable topics, right? It depends on the age of the students, depends on the purpose of the learners. It can be students at school. What like you give them the list of topics that's relevant to the age, to the knowledge that they're learning at schools. But if you teach, working adults, what could it be, right? It must goes aligned with the like the job that they're doing every day, right? It can be banking, it can be finance, it can be agriculture, it can be anything that's really suitable. Okay. So the suggestions for you guys, that we can we can not really give them the available list of topics. We can guide them in selecting the relevant topics to their job. So we we have our we have the students to actively involve in the very first step of the project, right? Um, yep, reading and summarizing, right? Student know exactly what they need to do. But what we can do is we can teach them some summarization techniques like 5W1H, mind mapping technique, and we will have them organize the information logically. What I got from the Building Understanding Through Dialogue course in critical thinking sessions, that's we can utilize the techniques there's to help students analyze and synthesize diverse perspective from their research in order to, see the problems, look at the topics from different views, write the script. Yeah, the script outline, actually we tell them what it is look like, the script structures and the elements of a story, right? Who will be there, the context of the story, and the plots and the twists, and yeah, we can give them the actual script. We can give them the vocabulary list. The anticipated issues here, that's our student can be, can like a creativities in script writing. We can use the collaborative learning procedures to help our student like work in pair, work in groups, or we can have like the whole class as a team to brainstorm. Okay, the next step will be the script preparation. What it means is we have our students to write the script in details. We as teachers, we will review it to make sure that's the coherence and the clarity is there, and the flows of the script are logically. We can have the connector list, we have the script templates, and we can give our student the examples of effective script we learned from other resources. And this one, all right, practice speaking. What our student need to do? Of course, they need to practice speaking. They need to practice individually. They need to practice in pair so their friends can give feedback to them. We as teachers will organize the practice sessions so they can have we can help them correct the pronunciation, and those our students can together improve their fluency and confidence, because if they like practice in front of us as teachers, as like more advanced English speaker than them, they might feel a little demotivated. So they better have we in Vietnamese, there's a sentence saying that's learning from friends is 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 better than learning from, no, not really better, but I mean, like, you guys all know that sentence, right? On that sayings. And that's the main reason why we will organize the practice sessions like that. And what I got from the Managing Learners and Resources course is we, as the as the organizers, we will pair or groups our students with different proficiency levels strategically, so they can have each other, they can support each other without demotivating the others. So we can create a supportive environment for their practice. That's very important. Okay. Um, Recording. Yeah. What we need to help them is um to guide them how to set up the phone, how to set up the tripod, how to set up the cameras, and there's how to press the record buttons, and to make sure that's uh the s- the videos, the recorded videos will be useful. Like, you look straightly to the cameras. You press the record buttons, and then you count 1, 2, 3, go. All right. And then you start talking. Because if you press the button and then immediately you speak, so there's going to be the risk that you cannot have the full sentence recorded. All right. Um, there's some strategies I got from the Managing Learners and Resources course is we can actually have our student like support each other's we because it's vlogging and we have different formats of it. It's not always necessary to be solo vlogs, so students have to do it like solely, so they can do it with their friends, or like a group of 4 or 5 students can do it together, because one of them might be good at technology, one of them might be good
Yes,
at
right.
using software, and one of them might be good at writing the script, right? So they can support each others. This absolutely foster the peer support, and have our students become more confident in the projects. Like, for one student to do everything, they might be worried that, oh, I might be not so good at this, at that, but oh, in the team, my friend, he's really excellent at recording, excellent at editing the video. So I'm so confident at the outcomes of the projects of our team, right? And that can help our students to become more confident. And editing video, right? This can be very fun. We will guide our students, yeah, like work in the team, right? But there's a note that I want to, share with you. That's we foster the critical thinking here during the editing videos. We encourage students to consider seeing the masses of the videos, masses of the vlog, whether it's clarif or not, whether it's clarifying or not, and whether the flow's illogic or not, right? We help them to edit a more reasonable and a more polished final product. There's a couple of popular video editing tools that I got here, so you can suggest your students if they have Mac. They can use iMovie. They can have Canva, CapCut. Of course, we all know that's if we know TikTok. Adobe Premiere Rush if you're a pro. All right. The showtime is here. All right, presentation and feedback. What we need to do is to create a supportive atmosphere. We show them that we show the empathies. We understand the nervousness. We understand that they might be worried before the showtime, but we like during the students' reflections presentations, we as teachers, we demonstrate the active listening, and we guide our students for having the constructive peer feedback. And of course, we as teachers, we have to have that as well, right? There's a couple of strategies I got from Managing Learners and Resources and Building Understanding Through Dialogue courses, that we can foster the empathies, we build the good rapports with our students, we encourage the reflections, and we promote students' peer feedback, and we focus on content and fluency. We are not focusing on the perfections, but what they share, what they have done. I mean, like, the procedures they've been through. This can be applied for the whole semester long. Like after 15 weeks, the whole projects can be deployed in one semester. Okay, 8 steps, 15 weeks for the whole semesters. That can be used for school settings, but for different contexts, we have different variations of the projects. For now, I hope you got some ideas of answering the questions. Why vlogging? And yeah, now is the time I need your answer. Tell me why? Why vlogging? Any idea?
I think vlog is like a trend nowadays.
Absolutely, yeah.
And student easily attracted by something vivid and animated. Yeah.
Yes. The diversities between students' product. Yeah. Because of their creativities, because of their, imagination worlds are different. Yeah. We as teachers have different views. Why vlogging? Because it can help our student enhance their language skills and build their confidence. We provide the real world practice in speaking and writing. We have them gains, like we have them have the chance to express themselves better in public without worrying about being judged, right? We have them improve digital literacy and creativity, which is very necessary in the 21st century. We all know the 4 Cs, right? The 4 Cs. And yeah, we have them develop the technical skills, especially in video editing. But at the same time, we encourage them to be a like creative storytellers. And absolutely is the engagement of our language teachings lessons, and to have our student gain more awareness of the cultural aspect. We, like we have our students to have the chance to listen to others' ideas and others' opinions and respect that. Uh, there might be some questions. What are we going to assess our students after, the whole procedures? There's a couple of things I would like to share with you as the assessment criteria. It could be the contents. What are they talking about? Or whether it's relevant to their learning, whether the materials are, diverse. We can assess their language use. It could be the grammars, the vocabulary, and the pronunciations, right? Absolutely is the creativities. Like we treasure it. We respect it because it's diverse from student to students. But the original lead of the ideas and the presentation styles, it differs from this to that students. So like we encourage that amongst our students. Yeah, we assess the technical skills, of course, because this is becoming like more of a compulsory skills in the 21st century, in the new eras of technologies where people all talk about AI and all talk about technologies in education. Self-reflections, of course, right? That is the learning process that they've enjoyed a lot, all right? And they know what they need to improve. They know what they have done well. And we as teachers, we really have to look at it and recognize that, right? Um, as said, while having the project being deployed for the whole semesters in 15 weeks for school settings, you can use this in different setting, different contexts, and be aware of the timelines and flexible formats, so our students can be more like engage in the projects. We can have it in shorter times if the students are working adults, and we can have it, like longer if the students are a little, low level. And yeah, we make sure that we will have the relevant topic and practical applications of the projects for, different different group of students. All right, let me get you through the case study, the real case study that I have with this project. My students chose the topics of exploring climate justice in Asia because she's working in a project in the Ministry of Agriculture, and for the project she have read the materials and outline the three main views to building the resilience to climate change, to transitioning to low carbon economy, and to promote the equity and sustainability. And in the final video, she combined all the three main views in that. Actually, in this project, she
喂，你好，
she discussed with me there's a couple of different formats
好
that
好好，谢
she can
谢。好，放在桌上吗？
that she can conduct the final products. It can be the panel discussions. It can be documentary style video with interview. But due to the limits of times for the final products, she decided to do solo vlog. All right, and here's what she created for the brainstorming process. All right, climate injustice for the climate finance and technology transfer. Empower magazine. I mean, like, yeah, here's the thing she created for the projects. Yeah, here's what she's practiced so far.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Green Horizon. Today we're talking about achieving climate justice in Asia, focusing on three key ideas in Vietnam. Let's dive in.
Okay, and here's the final video produced by my students for the projects. Let's have a quick look at it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Green Horizon. Today we are talking about achieving climate justice in Asia, focusing on three key ideas in Vietnam. Let's dive in. First, we have building resilience. In the Mekong Delta, Vietnam is planting mangrove. This tree protects coastal community from rising sea level and extreme weather, while supporting local wildlife. Involve local people in this process is essential. Next is transitioning to low carbon economy. In the Central Highlands, Vietnam promoted solar power. This not only reduces pollution but also creates jobs and boosts the economy.
Well, that's the showcase videos that my students have conducted. She wasn't that confident, sitting in front of the cameras to record the vlog. But yeah, this is what she did,
Finally,
and I really, really appreciate, right? I really appreciate the improvements during the project that's she's been done. So let's have a quick wrap up for the projects vlogging for I started it with vlogging for language learning, but here I want to skip the word language, so I just have it as vlogging for learning. So for learning, this gonna be this projects will help students promote their learnings through creative expressions, and it can be used for not just English. It can be utilized for other languages and also for other subjects as well. Because you have to, read the materials, prepare research, prepare adjust, and then you have to you got the input and you got the outputs. It's very obvious and it's very it requires a lot of creativities. So you can absolutely adapt these projects into different teaching settings applications. All right. And VietTESOL's applications, it's suitable for various contexts, and it's help our students to understand the other perspective and experience and to respect that. So thank you for your attention. Thank you again, British Council and VietTESOL. And thank you everyone for still here with us. Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Wu, for your presentation. And I believe that it also inspired a lot of teachers here for doing vlogging for their students, because it is a trend today, right? Students can learn by doing, learning by doing, and learning by doing the project. So here's the time for you to give the question for Mr. Wu. Any question that you want to have when you want to apply it in your classroom? Let's raise your hand and unmute yourself.
I have question. There is take time for teacher to evaluate the video from the student and give the final score.
Hi, thanks for the questions. Actually, as said, we have different criterias here. It means we have the marking schemes available already. So when our students prepare for the final product, we prepare for the evaluation form already. So it's not, it shouldn't take much of time to mark them, to measure them.
So any challenges do you face when you do this project to your students?
I think the most important thing is, if we don't have much time, clear instructions is very necessary. Like if we have, the whole semester for students, yeah, it's good. It's good that we can, like in details guide them what exactly do they need to do, and we let them do it, and then we goes along with them in the procedures to support them. But if we don't have that much of time, like for example, you teach the working adults, like in 4 weeks, you have to finalize a product like this, or even if in 1 week, what needs to be done is the host will be very confident at understanding the projects, so you know what exactly do they need to do. Hey, you need to choose the topics that's relevant to your work. You need to find out some materials to read. I can help you with that. We intensively work on the projects if we don't have that much of time.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Wu. Anyone, you have a question, you can open your microphone and say it right away. And we also have the poll in Zoom that we are collecting your idea. Which idea do you like the best? You can do the vote. After, I think, 1 more minute, we'll end the poll. And please leave your idea here. We will listen to you. And we also have some, now I think that we will, Miss Ngọc Phụng,
I see.
some
I
questions.
see the
Yes.
questions. Yeah. The answer is 1 week, sadly. The answer is 1 week. She have only 1 week to prepare everything for the project from the time I inform her. And well, let's say fortunately, she's about to create a video, like 1 minute video for her application to, something else. But in at the times I give her the task, she's well like, oh, I'm about to do it as well. So yeah, 1 week is the time she had for the project.
Yeah,
Miss Ha, yeah, please. Yep.
Hello, I'm trying to type into the chat box. I feel so inspired after listening to your project. And I agree with you that vlogging helps our students, practice authentic communication and also creativity in their projects. And sometimes they will boost their confidence as well. But here I would like to ask you one question. Did you encounter any challenges during the project, and how would you overcome them? Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks for the questions, Ms. Ha. Absolutely. Obstacles are everywhere, of course. And during these projects, as said, the most important, the most, crucial obstacle that I faced, that I encountered was the limited time. That's what the biggest, issues that we had. But like learning is a process, right? 1 week, you see the improvement after 1 week. 1 month, you see the improvement after 1 month. And 1 semester, you should see big improvement, right?
Okay, may I have some additional words regarding this?
Please, thank you, Doctor.
Yes, yes. So I also have experience asking students to do video-related projects in my class, and I understand a lot of challenges, difficulties teachers and students may encounter. And my experience is to ask students to submit their work from different stages, from steps, and not only the final steps. So for example, here, Mr. Vũ Lưu has an 8-step process. So I don't wait until the final project to ask them to submit for assessment, but we go through step 1 from topic and material selection, what is it? And then the script writing steps, for example, and then the recording practice like Vũ has shared with us. Even though you have a very first draft of your recording, you may submit it for marking, and then the final step is just for showcasing like this. And for the first few occasions, then I may encourage like volunteers groups only to get the bonus marks and not like compulsory assignments. So everyone feel excited and kind of very willing to join in the projects because that is for their bonus points. And the last one that I would like to share is the also Vũ has shared. We do it in groups, and so learners can learn from each other, can build on each other's strengths. We have strength-based approach, and everybody can learn from each other. No one is perfect. No one is good at doing everything, but everyone is good at something, and so they can feel that they can contribute to the project. That is my sharing to add to how to implement this kind of process that Vũ has just shared with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Van, for your suggestion, and also Mr. Liu for your presentation. I believe that we just heard 3 presentations from the candidates, and now I'm sure that you all got the lesson from you or some idea that you are inspired to conduct in the future. And I believe that because of our presenters today, they are inspired from the teachingenglish.org.uk website. Where there are a lot of lessons, a lot of courses that you can learn and get inspired from that. And I believe that you also can have more ideas in the future when you join in the teaching English courses of British Council, and also join online meeting, a monthly online meeting of VietTESOL. I hope that we can have your present in the future too. So now I think that is the quite, I think you will find quite nervous moment that we will go to award ceremony. And I would like to invite Miss Chum, Miss Chum to be here to present for the award ceremony. And thank you for your voting in the poll. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. So first, I would like to walk you through what are the marking criteria for today for the contest. So as you can see, there are 7 marking criteria, 7 things we put into considerations. So it's not just about today, it's the whole process. It's a long progress. So it takes time from when they start their ideas, and then they pair up with mentors, and then how they end up with such amazing products today. So the first one is the learning objectives. Second one is the level of students' engagement. The next one is the practicalities of the project, and also the adaptabilities. Would it be scaled, or how would it be changed or adapted into other classroom, into your classroom, but not just their classroom? The next one is the innovations. Is there anything new that they bring to the table? The next one is the presentation and organizations of ideas, which they have on displayed or showcased today. And the last one is the mentor evaluations for their, all the times they spend in the projects. And yes, just so that you know that today it's not the day today is not the only day that they've done their work, but it's a long months, lots of time before. So yeah, I think it's time for me to announce the third places winners.
Not yet, Miss Chum. I think
Not
that we
yet?
will run through 9 best project first. Yeah.
Right. So yes, we received 9 projects, and all of them are amazing and very practical. But we have only 3 best. We just have time for the 3 best today to showcase the ideas. But yes, we have 9 amazing ideas. So the first one is empowering young writers, a step-by-step guide to creative writing, inspired by how to teach writing from Miss Hoa Mai, sorry. Next one, it's haiku writing, inspired by how to teach writing from Miss Đặng Thị Thanh Nga. The next one is integrating pronunciation practice through creative games, inspired through the course How to Teach Pronunciations from Miss Nguyễn Thị Nhung. Next one, it's from Mr. Lưu Tuấn Vũ, today's presenter. Vlogging for language learning, inspired by the course Building Understanding Through Dialogues. The next project is debate using the 6 thinking hats framework, inspired by Building Understanding Through Dialogues from Miss Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Loan. The next one is Stirrer and Settlers, inspired by motivational activities for primary school and understanding games for primaries from Miss Phùng Thị Thủy Tiên. Next one is Empathy in Educations, teaching English with love from Teaching English to Refugees and Displaced Learners from Mr. Trần Vũ Luân, today's presenter as well. Next one is creative ways to teach phonetics and pronunciations from How to Teach Pronunciations from Miss Tống Thị Tình, also today's presenter. And the last one, it's writing a diary-based mock test evaluations based on who influencing strategies from the course Building Understanding Through Dialogue. So you can see that a lot of ideas have come from the course Building Understanding Through Dialogues. And I believe that this is a very useful and relevant course to teachers. And again, before I announce the third winner today, I would like to say thank you to all the participants and all the mentors and also all the organizers today, because you've been working so hard. And now it's the time, I think. Yeah. Now it's the right time. Okay. So
we have a lot of awards for.
Oh, not yet. Okay, so my bad. So for all 9 ideas, amazing ideas today, we're going to have 1 year free memberships from VietTESOL, lots of books from British Council, and souvenirs from VietTESOL as well. So all of you will get our presents. And
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So congratulations to Miss Trử Thị Mai Hoa, Miss Đinh Tố Uyên, Trử Thị Hoa Mai, Miss Đinh Tố Uyên, Miss Nguyễn Thị Nhung, Miss Phùng Thủy Tiên. And for impressive candidates, we will offer VietTESOL International Convention ticket, which is which worth like 1,400,000 Vietnam dong. A year free of VietTESOL memberships, books from BC, and also souvenirs from VietTESOL. And just so you know that we're going to have our annual conventions in Cần Thơ this year, like the end of August. So I hope that I can see all of you there. So the impressive candidates go to Miss Nguyễn Thị Ngọc Loan and Miss Đặng Thanh Nga. The third prize, it's going to be the convention fee as well, a travel grant, which is worth 1 million, a year free of VietTESOL memberships, books, and souvenirs. And the third prize goes to Mr. Nguyen.
No,
No?
we don't.
Trần Vũ
Sorry.
Luân. I got problems with names, sorry. So the third prize goes to Mr. Trần Vũ Luân. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mr. Luân, do you have any few words to say?
Yes, I feel over the moon now, teacher.
How do you feel now when you get the third prize?
Maybe I feel over the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you want to say anything else?
Say something else? I have no idea now.
I think that is really important. Thank you, Mr. Trần Luân, for your idea, and also I also want to say thank to your mentor, who will guide you and also help your idea shine today. Thank you so much. And now I will not let you wait longer. So we will go to the second prize, Miss Trâm. Are you ready?
Yes.
And I hope that
Yeah.
we want to create a little bit of hồi hộp for all of you. So now I think that we will go to the first the second or the first Miss Trâm, because I think that when we go to the first one or the second one, they will know who is the first prize today.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, so I think I'll go to the winner, the first prize of today.
So before that, we will announce the prize for the value of the prize for everyone to know more about that, right? Okay, so I will share my screen a little bit. Okay, here we will have the second prize. Oh, I forgot to share. Just wait. How do you feel now?
Excited.
Okay.
Wow,
You're like in a
prize.
beauty pageant contest?
Yeah. They say that they are nervous, and I say, yeah, you should say you are excited.
So the second prize would be the convention fee and a travel grant of 1,500,000 Vietnam dong. And the first prize, it's also the convention fee and a travel grant of 2 million Vietnam dong. 2 million Vietnam dong, okay. Right, so I think the first prize goes to...
Who do you guess? Who you vote for?
Okay, the first prize goes to Tống Thị Tình. Congratulations, Miss Tống Thị Tình.
Congratulations, Mr. Vũ Liêu, for the second prize too. I know that you have a lot of engaging and dedication for all your project, And every project is really meaningful and valuable to share and inspire other teachers. But yeah, it's really hard for us to decide which one is the best. But yeah, as also we can see the vote for everyone in the poll, and we can find the most favorite project is belong to Mr. Liu, and I think this is also the recognition for your project too. And I also inspired from top 3. I hope that you can conduct your project in the future and keep contact. I want to know more about the project. I want to see more the evidence from your project too. So yes, thank you everyone for your part in our session today. And now, last but not least, we need to creating positive environment, right, for the classroom, right? And now we also need to create positive environment for our online Zoom meeting today. And I would like all of you to open your cameras on, and we will have the group photo together. So in the future, you can, when you meet others, you can, oh, I see you. I see in online showcase, you are the presenter, right? Or you also that ask a question, and we can know more each other. We have the connection a little bit, because I know that we are now doing the online platform, but I hope that we still have some connection by seeing other faces. And please join us, join the group photo together. We will just take you 1 minute, I think, and wear your big smile. And yes, thank you every teacher today to join our sharing today. And thank you everyone. Thank you the presenters, the mentors, and BC and VietTESOL too.
Đi vào đi.
Oh. And everyone, let's open your cameras. I can see, oh, I'm so...
Đi vào đi, không chơi bóng bay ở đây.
Okay, Miss Matthew, please unmute yourself a bit. And congratulations, all of you. So now we will say 1, 2, 3, and you all need to wear your big smile and big heart to VietTESOL and also British Council. Is it okay? And I will count 1, 2, and oh, sorry, and 3. Thank you very much for joining us. Do you want more photos?
Yes.
Yes, all right. All right. Yes, we will have more photos. You can choose another style to take the photo. Yeah. Now, I think it's time for us to shine. Let's smile. 1, 2, and oh, sorry. I just wait a minute. I am nervous too. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you everyone for joining today. And I hope that in the future we can continue to learn, continue to share in the group, and develop together. You are inspiration for every teachers. And let's share your ideas. Let's spark your idea in your classroom and apply it. I look forward to see everyone in the next program of the project. Ms. Jam and Mr. Davide, do you want to say some few words before we say goodbye to everyone?
Yes, we are going to compile all the work in a document, and we're going to send back to the participants in the project. So yeah, you're going to have a chance to have a taste of all the 9 projects and all the nice ideas. So yep, wait for us.
And I love to hear some few words from Mr. Davide, if you could. I think that Mr. Davide has some connection problem. So anyway, thank you so much for joining our online showcase today. And I hope that we can still keep in touch and inspire others and support others in your teaching, in your practice. And thank you everyone, and goodbye. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye.
Bye everyone.
Goodbye.